Let's talk about France and the French.
What about the French?
You want me to reply in English, right? En français?
No Wi-Fi. Oh, Wi-Fi. Oh, big problem.
Really bad. Des fois, c'est un peu chiant.
I don't know, it seems to work for them.
Just, you know, simple little things.
So you're gonna go in Canada and you're gonna get fat and blah blah. Yeah. But I moved to Canada and I lost 8 pounds. This is wrong, French guys.
If they put on a race, they do it properly, so I think it will be a good one.
But that's normal, that's because we are so fast.
I love the French rounds. As much as I kind of don't enjoy going to France, but once you're in the Alps, it's pretty rad.
I just believe that we have an amazing terrain. First of all the Alps going down.
From the north to the south, to the east to the west. In this country we can find quite everything to build a good mountain biker.
Like even the south of France is pretty steep and rocky and you have routes and yeah, we have all types of terrain for sure. But like there is some other place like New Zealand, like it's amazing to ride. Canada is amazing. Maybe not the US.
Their style of enduro racing is lift access, so sign me up. I love a lift.
The French may not have invented the French fry or even the French kiss, but ask and you'll learn that they did invent the discipline of mountain biking we call enduro. And no other country in the world produces the sheer number of riders who are so good at going so fast.
Like, I don't know, enjoying your life and like stuff like that. I think that thing that you, well, I don't know, I don't know what I'm saying right now. Wait, I'm gonna do it again.
Scan the results sheets over the past 3 years and a startling pattern emerges. A pattern that involves podiums and popping champagne. Since the beginning of the EWS in 2013, 17 races have been contested. Despite the series being raced by athletes from over 30 countries, 88% of the races have featured a Frenchman on the podium. And arguably even more impressive, in 11 of those 17 races, the French have been victorious.
I know a few cool Frenchies. Yoann Barelli, he's super rad. Jerome's an awesome dude.
As soon as I have like a timing, I'm just like focus on my race and that's it.
You know, to be able to win every year, I think it is something important and something I'm looking for.
Nobody like to be beat.
It's in our blood, maybe, also. Do you like my
I like that.
I don't know attitude.
I don't know, the French are definitely very French, so leave it at that.
But all the other things that kind of come with it, like the culture and stuff, is a bit unique.
I definitely don't think French food's the best food, but they'd probably do a good breakfast if you want to get fat.
Actually, the food is critical subject.
We have big and good cooks.
When I come home, for sure, one of the first things, it's really typical from my area, I go and buy a bretzel, and after I go home and I take some cheese and some bread.
Baguette for breakfast, it's just, man, come on. I need some food.
To beat the French in the speed game, you just need to let go of the brakes, pedal hard, and hope for the best, right? Well, if it was that easy, anyone could do it. On the surface, a rapidité would appear to be a mix of technical ability with a generous portion of fearlessness. But what is it exactly that makes them so damn fast?
Yeah, who knows the answer to that?
I don't know, I haven't really quite pinpointed like what it is.
And I think in France we have a culture of riding bikes. When you are a kid, if you want to race, you have to race cross-country, trial, downhill. You cannot choose only one. So that helps to build rider that have skill everywhere.
When I moved to Canada, I discovered something. Everybody ride on the trail. The trails that we ride are like hiking trails, and nobody really cares about that. So we can be creative and play outside of the trail, like open a corner or take inside or stuff like that. And that's, I think, what makes us so playful on the bike.
The Enduro is born in France, and the experience that we have out of it is something that we've been learning.
Someone like Jerome, he's fast anywhere. He's a phenomenal rider. Same with Fabien Barel, right? There's always those guys that are just good. You put them anywhere, put them in sand pit, they're gonna be fast.
Most likely French domination now?
Can be. Mm-hmm.
Maybe top 5 all French?
Yeah.
Sameons would see the return of the reigning champ after an early season derailed by shoulder injuries. Last season, Graves took it to the French on their own terroir, winning by 3.5 seconds. This year would see no such insult.
And I crashed twice on the climb on the wooden bridges. That was so slick. 15 seconds gone every time you do that, trying to get up to speed. Snapped the end of my brake lever off. Just done.
Back up to speed, but off the podium, he would settle for 6th. While at the pointy end of the race, a USA versus France conflict was developing and had not been seen since the era of freedom fries.
On this one, with 6 seconds lead on Richie, I knew that I have to push, but the stage is really difficult, so I really just try to make no mistake, no risk.
It's a little different than typical French Alps that we've done in the past. Definitely more technical, more lines to be had, steep, rooty.
Hi, Curtis.
I personally am a fan of the longer runs where you can kind of like settle into a run. And I've always done quite well. I've always top 10, so knock on wood, I want to jinx myself.
The French call it malchance, but you might know it better as simple bad luck. After finally refining the speed to compete with the world's best, a flat would literally let the air out of any hopes of a solid finish here in the Alps for Curtis. Mechanicals would also play a part in the battle for the win.
Out of a corner, I pedal early in a rock garden and I hit really hard the crank. I broke under the BB, the bearing and everything.
Yeah, disappointed.
I think it's been probably like 3 or so races in the past where I just kept, breaking my chain and losing it. So I had to finally put it all together to beat the Frenchies on their home soil. It was pretty cool, especially being against Nico Lau. Such a legend, it kind of just makes it all so much better.
While French riders claimed first-place finishes on every single stage, America's Richie Rude beat the French at their own game, being consistently fast. A first ever win for the USA on the Enduro World Series. But 7 French riders in the top 10. Continued French dominance? Mais oui. Next on Track.
You could call some of us adrenaline junkies, But most of all, it's just being competitive and having something to work for or towards. And it is fun. It is risky, but what are you gonna do, you know?